All right, I'm at this condo right behind me here. We won at foreclosure auction about 6 months ago. We all done. It's on the market. It's about to actually not just on the market. It's going to close in a few weeks, and we're going to profit about $45,000 roughly. I'm going to go run through the numbers, talk about the issues that we ran into with this one. And as always, guys, we are Two Guys Take on Real Estate. This is our auction channel. If you haven't yet, subscribe. If you have any questions about what we did here or anything about the foreclosure process, leave a comment below. We'll definitely answer them as best possible. And let's get to it. This right here is a foreclosure condo. All right, so there was a big thing that we had to make sure there was no condo fees, stuff like that. The good news is we had no condo fees due on this one. And just don't mind me, I'm just putting the code in here. There it is. Bingo. So we won this one for $111,000. That was the winning bid. But we won this one, like I said, I got a little profit and loss statement here too, so I can go over some of the numbers. But we won this for $111,000. There's only a couple $1,000s owed in back taxes or something like that. So realistically, we were in it for $113,000. We then had closing costs. So I'm looking at it here of $5,709. So that was basically recording fees, title examination, closing fee to the attorney, which was very small, conveyance tax. So all in it right then for roughly $120,000. The other big issue here was that it was occupied. This was very, very dated. We did get in pretty quickly. The guy was actually fairly easy to work with, which is not always the case. And that's why I always tell you guys, be very cautious when you're buying occupied properties, because there's just so much risk that is added into this when you're buying occupied properties, because you don't know if you're going to be able to get access, how much you have to fight with them to get in. Luckily, this guy was really easy to work with, talk with. We had to negotiate a deal pretty quickly, but he did renege on it at first. But realistically, it only took him about 6 weeks to get out of the property. While that might sound like a long time to some, that is actually a lot better than one that we're dealing with right now, which is going on 2 years that we still have not even been able to start the project. So what we have here right now, just kind of saying, we got one bath here. There's a half bath on the first floor. So you got bedroom one here. So this is a three bedroom here, and third bedroom right there. And this closet. So 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath condo, and we have it under contract right now for $250,000, and it's closing potentially tomorrow. There was a lot of smoke damage. He had been smoking in here for some time, very dated, just stunk to high hell. We used, as always, our ozone generator, ran that, helped remove a lot of the smell, did a thorough cleaning, and then obviously we fully repainted the house. One of the things here was also we added was we kind of cut out here and over here into the living room, kind of put this little wall for the refrigerator. So similar, we gave basically the same layout for the actual kitchen. We just kind of opened it up a little bit more so that it had a more open floor plan. So entering into the living room, so we put new flooring. We put a lot of new baseboard trim, all new light fixtures right here. We did the back here, it was all need to do real new. But one of the things that we ran into as an issue is that the condo association, there's no place for a dumpster. I mean, we had a lot, and the guy left all the stuff here. So realistically, where my truck is right now, we were able to convince them, allow us to actually put a dumpster. Otherwise, I didn't know where I was going to put dumpster. They wouldn't allow us. Otherwise, we'd have to bring basically a dump truck, fill it, and kept going, which would just take a lot longer. But after about, I think it was 2 dumpsters, they kind of got frustrated because it did get windy. Some of the wind blew some of the papers that were sitting in the dumpster out. We did pick them up, but they were getting frustrated. They were getting complaints by the other occupants here. So we only were able to get 2 dumpsters. So we did have to switch to a dump truck for the last bit. And then we just kind of kept trash here. And once it built up, we kind of just brought a truck in and trashed it out that way. So it was a little frustrating, a little slower process there. But we were able to do that pretty well. We did not finish the basement. You'll see here, down here. What we did, basically, we just dry locked the white walls, gray floor, painted the poles, make sure you put insulation up in the bats on the floor, wipe down the water heater, just kind of clean up, and updated. And big thing was, electrically, we had to go through, just kind of update the electrical panel, light fixtures, outlet switches, get rid of the cobwebs, which clearly there's some more cobwebs. So total cost, so utility costs. So there's utility costs when you're obviously holding these projects. And so right there, we have a total utility cost of $4,876. So that's electric, which was the biggest thing because it's an electric heat here. So that was our biggest cost. It was almost $2,500 of that. Garbage. So they did count one of the garbage being our dumpster. So that's not really, I usually do that for part of the trash out. So I think that just got allocated incorrectly. So we got water and sewer. That was about $900, and then the electric. We had a total cost for insurance of $2,100. We had a builder risk policy. No, not a builder risk, sorry, but a vacant policy because we got the person out pretty quickly. And so we had a vacant policy for, I believe, 6 months, and then we would keep renewing it and stuff like that. Luckily, we have basically we were able to kind of almost like a master policy because we have so many, we just keep throwing them in there. So we get actually a bulk discount, which helps keep our insurance down a little bit. There was a commission to the auctioneer of $1,100. So we paid that at the actual closing. Getting to the repairs, total repairs of roughly $60,000. So that's $60,000. That includes the subcontractor to renovate the property. So all the labor there, we had to replace some windows. We had actually the wall that was, we had the outside wall we had to fix, doing the deck, all that stuff. We did also have a plumber, spent about $3,100 on a plumber. So we had to, obviously, we plumbed the bathroom, the kitchen sink all had to get redone. Garbage, so we had garbage, so they did get some of it. So in dumpster fees and trash disposal, we had about $5,000. Dumpster fees have been going up, unfortunately for us. So we're paying about $700 now for a 30-yard dumpster, which is not that bad, but we used to pay about $625, and inflation. We also staged the property, so that was $600. We like to do that. I find staging it is really important because that really helps give someone a better idea when they're walking in, and also it shows a lot better. We also had electrical supplies of about $1,000, new light fixtures, outlet switches. No, that wasn't crazy. And then we also we actually have an in-house electrician, which keeps our costs down there. So we just bill him out at our in-house cost. So that was like $1,700. We did a little landscaping, so we spent a few $100s on kind of mulch and a few nice little hosta plants and something basic just to kind of have a little better curb appeal. Oh, then there's holding costs. So we often use private money for holding our deals. Sometimes we'll buy them ourselves. In this case, we did use a hard money lender or private money lender. So that cost right there while we were holding it was about $5,000 or $4,986. We're going to probably profit around $40,000 to $45,000. I got to look at what the with the HUD statement. But we're closing on this like tomorrow. So they're just finalizing the water. So that's one of the things I want to talk about, the water reading. I got a call from our lawyer last Friday, and he's like, dude, you got a water bill of $4,000? Like, what the freak? There's no way we have a water bill. We've been renovating the property unless the property leaked. So I ran over here real quick last Friday, and luckily there was no leak, no flooding because we're supposed to be closing this week. So I didn't really want to have it that big of an issue. And I was able to check it out. There was no leaks. So what we determined is, and talked to the water department, it must be a faulty meter. And that happens a lot. I mean, it was an older meter. So today they came out just a couple hours ago, and they replaced the water meter. And so we did not have that $4,000 water bill. They recognized that it was a faulty meter. So our water bill is much less. And now we got our smoke cert done. That was one thing that we completely forgot is, I don't know how we missed it. When I did my walkthroughs, I did not have the contractor. I forgot to get the contractor to do smoke detectors. So we had them come back out, quickly throw the smoke detectors in, and now they have their smoke cert all done, and we are ready to close. We're just waiting for the lawyers to do their work. So what do you think? I think it worked out really well. Once again, this one went a little bit better than some of the others because even though it was occupied, the guy was willing to work with us. We were able to talk to him real calmly and reasonably, and we were able to kind of start our project sooner, so we didn't have as many holding costs. The renovation was, a couple of snafus that came in. Obviously, were, trash out was kind of took a little bit longer because of the working with the condo, and then we had that window that was rotted out that we couldn't see on the outside when we were at the auction, so that cost a little bit more, and there was a little bit more work to do in the basement. But all in all, this one was pretty decent, and I think we have a pretty good one here. So leave a comment below. Let me know. As always, guys, this is Two Guys Take Some Real Estate. We appreciate you guys joining us. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to this new channel. You get only foreclosure stuff, so you can learn from our mistakes. And if you haven't yet, check out our book, Foreclosure Locked, on Amazon. Thanks a lot.